Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing tonight? I hope you had a fantastic day. Well, for me, it was a very special day because I actually turned a year older. I don't want to say my age, but today, the 15th of March, I turned a year older. It has been a fantastic day for me. And you know what? I made sure to come to work so that I can also make sure that you also have a nice evening. So tonight, we have a fantastic show, of course, planned out, the top stories of the day. And apart from that, we have Pastor Sue and Ofweneke. I don't know if you watched the show last week. It was fire. It was so much fire on Say What. And you know what? Tonight we're discussing, so you're in a marriage, of course, with your person. So if he makes money and I make money, so is his money my money? Or is his money our money? And is my money our money? So, of course, we're going to be having a very interesting discussion with Pastor Sue and Ofweneke right here on the show. But for now, let's begin with the highlights. ODM leader Raila Odinga urges for a reduction in political tensions. Raila has also defended his former political rival turned ally, President William Ruto.
Hiyo central agenda sio usalata. Wewe unataka tufanye namna gani?
The Kenya Gazette has officially announced the swearing-in of Isaac Mutuma, the Deputy Governor of Meru, who is set to replace Governor Kawira Mwangaza next Monday. Family members of Margaret Nduta, a Kenyan woman sentenced to death in Vietnam, is now urgently calling on President William Ruto to intervene. They are pleading for the release of 37-year-old Nduta, who faces the death penalty in a foreign land. Well, thank you so much for joining us right here on the show tonight. Our sign language interpreter is Rhoda Nyamai. Let's begin with the top stories tonight. And Meru's Deputy Governor Isaac Mutuma is set to officially take over as governor next Monday following the High Court's decision to uphold Kawira Mwangaza's impeachment. Now, the Kenya Gazette has now published the swearing-in date, making the transition official. As Ruga Eval reports, the Meru County Assembly had made multiple attempts to remove Mwangaza from office, but the process had repeatedly stalled in the Senate until now. Take a look.
Through a special Gazette notice, the Assumption of Office Committee, led by Martin Gitije, announced that Isaac Mutuma Menkithia will be sworn in as the new governor of Meru County on Monday at Mwendato grounds. This follows the impeachment of Governor Kawira Mwangaza after the High Court upheld the Senate's decision to approve her removal. The Senate made this decision last August, and just one day after her ouster was confirmed, Governor Mwangaza was officially impeached. And now, Meru County is on the brink of a new era in leadership, with Isaac Mutuma expected to serve for the remainder of the term until the year 2027 elections. Unless Mwangaza's appeal against the High Court's decision is successful, if all factors remain constant, by Monday morning, just after 10 a.m., Mutuma will officially become the fourth governor of the county under the 2010 Constitution. Meanwhile, some Meru County MCAs have expressed their satisfaction with the High Court's ruling, which upheld Mwangaza's impeachment. They believe this marks a new beginning for the people of Meru County. The decision to impeach the governor also coming after the county assembly moved to impeach several CECs who served under her, citing a lack of accountability in their duties.
Mheshimiwa Kiraitu Murunge, Mheshimiwa Mithika Rintori, seneta wetu, Mheshimiwa Munya, wabunge wote wa County Assembly na National Assembly, na tukakubaliana kwamba Meru ndio kubwa kuliko mtu binafsi.
According to the chairman of the Meru County Members of Parliament, Mogambi Rindikiri, an anticipated meeting meant to discuss the county's development projects has been postponed. The delay is expected to allow for preparations for the swearing-in ceremony of the new governor scheduled for next week.
Tukishamaliza kazi hiyo ya Jumatatu, tutarudi tena ndio tuweze kukubaliana tutasongesha namna gani mambo yetu ya Meru County.
Since Kawira Mwangaza won the gubernatorial seat in the year 2022, the Meru County Assembly has submitted impeachment motions against her 3 times. 2 of which stalled in the Senate, thus saving her. The Senate's approval of the Meru County Assembly's request to remove Mwangaza was based on allegations of corruption and abuse of office. Ruga Evil, TV47.
All right, still on matters politics, ODM leader and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is calling for an end to excessive political wrangling, saying it's time to focus on solving the real challenges facing Kenyans. Now, speaking at a public gathering, Raila emphasized his decades of political experience, making it clear that he fully understands the decisions he makes. Well, he dismissed those who were trying to advise him on his political path, urging them to step back and let him play his role in building the nation. And as Quinto Afula reports, Raila also reflected on past elections, pointing out that only one in Kenya's history met the true standards of fairness.
Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is raising alarms over what he describes as loopholes in the country's electoral system. The former premier now claiming that he has been repeatedly shortchanged in past election results. Raila insisting that only the 2002 elections were fair, arguing that in every subsequent election he was the rightful winner but chose to remain silent out of patriotism for the nation.
Tulifungueni sava. Maanake tulikuwa najua ndani ya sava kuna ukweli. Walifungua.
Raila also responded to critics who have labeled him a traitor for working with his long-time political rival, President William Ruto.
You support Ruto, you will have to play second fiddle. You will frustrate our honorable SK Macharia.
He stresses that the national challenges facing the country required his cooperation with the head of state. Once an outspoken critic, Raila now says that impeaching the president is not the solution, now calling on politicians to reduce the political tensions and focus on advancing the nation's development.
Unasema Ruto aende. Aende alafu nani ifanyike? Lakini wa Kenya wako na shida mpaka ya shida yatatuliwe sasa, sio siku nyingine. Hatuwezi kupiga siasa miaka mitano yote mfululizo. Nchi haiwezi kuendelea mbele.
Thanks to your wisdom that you consulted with the people who have always stood with you and you made certain decisions that you have placed this country on a particular path.
Iwapo polisi wa Kenya hawatawajibika, watoe fidia kwa familia za watu ambao walipoteza maisha yao kulingana na jinsi ambavyo huo mkataba unasema, Mheshimiwa William Ruto na chama chake cha UDA watakuwa wamekiuka mkataba wetu.
These remarks were made in Manzoni, Machakos County during the funeral of retired Colonel James Gitahi, the late husband of nominated Senator Betty Batuli, who passed away in a road accident at Chovi Junction along Mombasa Road. In his tribute, Raila, who reflected on his past friendship with the deceased, used the occasion to remind the mourners of the progress Kenya has made in its democratic journey.
Stand up and just wave.
He drew comparisons between the past and present, noting that today, freedom of expression is widely embraced.
Zamani ilikuwa ukisema tu ngwe ndani. Ngwe ndani. Kati ile ambaye simba alikuwa na meno na makucha. Yo simba tulingoa meno. Hata makucha tukakata.
Quinto Wafula, TV47.
Familia twende mkono wangu wa kushoto.
Now, a section of Margaret Nduta's family is pleading with President William Ruto to intervene and save her from execution in Vietnam. Now, the 37-year-old was sentenced to death after being arrested with 2 kilograms of cocaine. And as Paul Kirobi reports, Speaker Moses Wetangula has tasked Bashir Abdullahi, the Vice Chair of the Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committee, with engaging the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to explore possible interventions.
Saturday was a gloomy, heartbreaking day for the family of Margaret Nduta, a 37-year-old woman arrested in Vietnam with 2 kilograms of cocaine. Her sister Wamboi Macharia, along with a group of passionate online activists, took to the streets asking President William Ruto to step in. But the activists were told they need a permit to demonstrate, a permit that takes 3 to 4 days to process.
A permit takes 3 to 6 days to get.
This girl has less than 33 hours ndio akuwe hanged. Mr. President, I'm pleading with you.
Wamboi recalls the last conversation with her sister. She had just arrived in Ethiopia after flying from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport.
Nimeambiwa bagi yangu ni ndogo, nimebaiwa suitcase, na kaulizwa kuna kitu naona, akasema hapana. Juu aliambiwa afungue, akasema hapana. Akaambiwa toa nguo zako uweke kwa hii bag, akafanya hivyo. Bagi kapita through Ethiopia ikaenda na cargo. Hakuwa na bag akiwa Qatar.
Reports indicate Nduta had planned to travel to Saudi Arabia to seek a better life, but questions remain. How did she end up in Vietnam?
Akaambiwa tena hataenda Ethiopia, ataenda Cambodia. Na alipokuwa huko Ethiopia akapatikana, akaambiwa na yule agent alikuwa naye ati kuna bag ata exchange bag yake, kwa maana bag yake ilikuwa dogo, na akaweza kununuliwa bag.
Yesterday, Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula took action as he directed Bashir Abdullahi, Vice Chair of the Defense and Intelligence Committee, to liaise with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for an official response.
Once you have any response, communicate with the questioner and bring a response to the House on the first sitting day after recess.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well guided, and I think I will get the statement and pass it on to the ministry.
Meanwhile, social media activists are pushing hard for Nduta's release. They want the government to fast-track Nduta's evacuation from the clutches of Vietnam's security forces.
Serikali hii najua iko na uwezo. Naomba kwa heshima, mwanamke Mkenya mwenye kawaida yetu tukizaa kama wamama, tunatakanga mtu akiaga tumzike.
Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, tonight, opposition leaders Kalonzo Musyoka and Jeremiah Kioni have protested against the shortlisted names of candidates set to become the next chair and commissioners of the electoral body IEBC. Now, the two leaders argue those shortlisted for the IEBC job are allies of President William Ruto and Raila Odinga, making a mockery of the 2027 general election. Our senior political affairs reporter Apollo Kamal reports on a day of section of the country's youth have threatened to hold demos over the shortlisted names.
Kyallo, thank you.
The list of shortlisted men and women expected to serve at the electoral body IEBC, if successful, has been met with protests by opposition leaders Kalonzo Musyoka and Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, who said the shortlisted names are a mockery of the 2027 polls, as those shortlisted are allies of President William Ruto and ODM party leader Raila Odinga.
I think we had to check on the mental health of the chief executive of this country. That he thinks by giving him 10 names, and they are all very well elaborated, that translates to 10 years. Mental health, Sylvia.
Leo hii, Mheshimiwa Raila na William Ruto wako. Sasa hapo hatari imeingia, sababu sasa wale commissioners watachaguliwa watakuwa sehemu moja. Na hapo ndio Kenya huanza kupata shida, unaona dunia inaanza kuporomoka. Tuombe Mwenyezi Mungu atusaidie, kwa sababu hiyo ni jambo ambalo linaweza leta shida kubwa sana Kenya hii.
The bone of contention being some of the nominees, among them former Registrar of the Judiciary Ann Amadi, former Chairman of the Constitution Implementation Commission Charles Nyachai, Chairperson of the UDA Party Dispute Resolution Committee Joy Mdivo, Lawyer Robert Asembo, former Nairobi County Assembly Clerk Jacob Ngwele, and former Deputy Registrar of the Judiciary Kai Kissinger, among others fighting for the commissioner's slot. The Nelson Makanda selection panel, which shortlisted 11 individuals for the IEBC chairperson slot and 1 of 5 others for the commissioners, has also drawn the ire of youth groups allied to notable National Youth Leaders Caucus and Inter-Party Youth Forum through their lawyers on Kendi Ombiro and company advocates who claim they were locked out of the process. The youth claim the shortlisted candidates are tainted, alleging the list contains money launderers, individuals charged with economic crimes, persons with active and pending corruption cases, political party operatives, and former and current serving state officers. The youth are now demanding the selection panel to revoke the shortlist within 48 hours or hold mass action while pursuing legal action. They also want the selection panel to publish a new list, with the youth making up 50% of the shortlisted team. They also want the selection panel to publish the criteria used in the selection and elimination. Interviews for the shortlisted candidates are set to begin on the 24th of March and end on the 25th of April. Apul Kamau, TV47.
All right, to matters health now. And Kenya could soon face another shortage of routine vaccines, with supplies expected to run out in the next 2 months. Now, the crisis is linked to a 1.6 billion shillings debt owed to the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization, GOtv. Stakeholders are now urging the government to honor its co-financing agreement with GOtv to avoid disrupting immunization programs. Elizabeth Atino has the details.
From July this year, millions of children might miss out on routine immunization if the government fails to adhere to its co-financing agreement with GOtv by disbursing the 1.6 billion Kenya shillings needed. This means that there might be a surge in child-related deaths annually, as well as the spread of preventable diseases like polio, measles, and pneumonia.
GOtv has had to write to remind us to make good our promise. I think that does not speak well of us as a country.
The government expenditures accounts for 0.5 to 1% of Kenya's current health expenditures. This means that Kenya is still highly dependent on international partners like GOtv for the supply of vaccines. However, GOtv is expected to stop its immunization support in Kenya by 2029. Without the support of GOtv, vaccines cost could constitute over 4% of health expenditures.
If Kenya doesn't honor the GOtv co-financing obligation by the end of June this year, one of the implications would mean that Kenya will not get the GOtv financing by the 1st of July.
In 2025, GOtv has disbursed 1 billion Kenya shillings to support Kenya's immunization, an addition from the 970.8 million Kenya shillings disbursed in 2024. The amount is expected to decline in the preceding years until 2028, when they will channel their last contributions.
If we are locked out of the procurement, of the distribution, and we are not ready, it is a catastrophe.
Kenya has been ranked as the bottom 5 out of 22 nations in vaccination budget effectiveness, with the budget varying from 14.3 billion Kenya shillings in the 2021-2022 financial year to 4.6 billion Kenya shillings in the 2024-2025 financial year.
If you do a trend analysis over the last 5-6 years, you will see that sometimes we go up, sometimes we go down.
UNICEF estimates the average cost of vaccine delivery in Kenya at an average cost of 4,142 Kenya shillings per child for the full vaccination. The immunization cost is projected to increase from 1.2 billion Kenya shillings in 2023 to 4.1 billion Kenya shillings by 2029. The government of Kenya fully funds all of its traditional medicines, including BCG, measles rubella, tetanus diphtheria, and oral polio vaccines, as well as hepatitis B and typhoid vaccines. Rotavirus, pneumococcal, HPV, and yellow fever vaccines are co-funded with GOtv. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47, Nairobi.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi today chaired a crucial meeting of EAC and SADC chiefs of defense forces to, of course, address the issues that are ongoing, of course, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, the discussions forced on strategies to stabilize the region, with leaders emphasizing the importance of regional cooperation in tackling emerging security threats. They also highlighted the need for strong diplomatic efforts to foster lasting peace.
The situation in DRC is dire, Eastern DRC. So far, it's estimated that there are over 7,000 civilian fatalities, and so far about 700,000 persons have been displaced. And this has led to a very serious humanitarian crisis in DRC, Eastern DRC. We also need to acknowledge that the continued fighting in Eastern DRC has the potential of spilling over into the neighboring countries and destabilizing the entire Great Lakes region and turning into a wider regional war if not addressed urgently. We note that the M23 occupation in southern Kivu has resulted in mass displacement of approximately 40,000 Congolese nationals fleeing to Burundi for refuge. Kenya will continue working closely with neighboring countries, regional blocs, and the international community in finding a lasting solution to the ongoing conflict in Eastern DRC for the prosperity and welfare of the Congolese nationals in the affected regions.
Now, a section of Muslim leaders from the coast region has defended the formation of the broad-based government, arguing that it provides Kenya with a fresh start. Now, according to them, the new structure is designed to enhance national unity and development while reducing political divisions. Now, speaking at Tawhid Girls High School in Mombasa on Saturday, Likoni Member of Parliament Mishimboko and other leaders urged coast residents to support the initiative, emphasizing its potential to benefit all Kenyans.
Hata yule aliyefanya makosa lakini akarudi chini akaomba msamaha, taubatan nasuha, Mwenyezi Mungu mpa msamaha. Kweli si kweli? Amwambia Raila, kweli maji yazidi unga, ndoo ndugu yangu, niletea jeshi lako, tufanze mambo, Kenya inawiri, vijana wapate ajira na Kenya kuwe na maendeleo. Na juzi na jana wamekuwa na mkataba ule. Jamani, hebu tuwapeni nafasi, tuangalie itakuwaje. Na watu kama Kilali Hassan Joho na Raila Amolo Odinga wako pale kwa lengo la mwananchi, na ile mikataba walitia agreement zile za kuhusu mwananchi, na yale yote mambo ya abductions, watu kufanyaje, mambo ya pesa, mambo ya taxation ambazo hazina maana, yote wamezungumzia.
Sports News brought to you by Maybet. Join Maybet leo upate free bet papo hapo. Fanya hivi, chagua home team to win, yani number 1 au draw X au away team 2 kwa game ya siku ya free bet. Weka namba yako ya simu, weka password ya account yako, chagua submit free bet. Utapata free bet kwa account yako ya Maybet. Usisahau kuverify account yako. Kama hutakuwa verified, utapoteza free bet yako after 2 days. Betting is strictly for 18 years and over. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. BCLB number 0000578.
Maybet na minia na najishindia. Pesa inavutia,
Inavutia kweli. That jam. All right, let's take a look at some sporting action right now. And Kenya's national women's under-17 football team, the Junior Starlets, is set to host Uganda's Teen Cranes in the second leg of the 2025 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier. Now, the match scheduled for tomorrow afternoon at Nyayo Stadium will be the first to be hosted there since renovations for CHAN and AFCON. Now, Coach Mildred Cheche's team heads into the game with confidence after securing a 2-0 win in Kampala last weekend. Now, the winner of the tie will face either Cameroon or Ethiopia in the next round. The Junior Starlets are determined to qualify for their second consecutive FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup after their debut last year in the Dominican Republic.
Return leg, we want to not to concede because that is the first step of moving to the next round, and also to be able to score at least a goal or two at home. Of course, they have a few strengths. Their forward line is good. They have a good number 10 who's able to shoot from any angle. So we have to be vigilant of their key players and their way of play. Malengo ina remain kurudi kombe la dunia tena pale Morocco. So tutajitahidi zaidi, tunajua si rahisi. So tutazidi tu kuwork hard na kuzidi kupatia motisha that inawezekana.
Ni game kubwa sana kwetu cause tukiwin hapa tunajua tuna expect next tuna meet na Cameroon. Mimi niko na hopes tuta meet na Cameroon na pia hiyo itakuwa game kubwa sana. So kesho ni big day sana inafaa tu win na mimi siwezi sema game imeisha. Game ni 90 minutes na siwezi sema hizo 2 goals za away zimetusaidia sana. Kesho pia tunafaa kupata more goals.
Now, the Ministry of Sports has pledged full financial support for Kenya's football grannies as they prepare for their first ever international tournament, the BAMBA tournament in South Africa, set for April 2nd to the 5th this year. Now, based in Uasin Gishu and Elgeyo Marakwet counties, the football grannies have gained national attention since their formation last year, comprising players aged between 52 to 75. Now, the team is breaking stereotypes about age in sports while promoting active and healthy living among the elderly women. Now, their patron, Elizabeth Keitani, expressed gratitude for the ministry's support, which includes official recognition, sports equipment, and facilitation for their international debut. Now, the tournament will feature 32 teams from countries including Kenya, the USA, France, Togo, Zambia, Mozambique, Ghana, and Zimbabwe.
Kazi ya sports ministry ni kutafuta talent mahali iko. Wakishapata hiyo talent wanaifanya ikue, right? Alafu wakishafanya ikue hiyo talent, sijui tunasemaje kwa Kiswahili, wana monetize, wanawapatia pesa mifuko yao kufuatana na ule ushindi ambao watapata.
Kwa wengine wa mtaa walikuwa wanatuchekelea tu ati sisi tumekosa kazi ya kufanya. Lakini kumbe Mungu naye alikuwa na mpango mzuri kwetu. Hata si hatukujua tutafika mahali tumefika.
Koko huyu nimekuwa na wachukuu, wewe naenda mpira, naenda kucheza na wachukuu yako. Mimi naambia ndio mimi naenda kucheza mwili yangu. Mimi nasema mwili yangu. Alikuwa mimi sijui kama nyinyi sasa naingia hapa, kama serikali naingia hapa.
Grannies na wazee grannies pia wakuwe na time ya kufanya mchezo yao.
I don't know why that name is honestly funny. Football grannies between 52 to 75. I can't even run to save my life. But you know what? We're cheering you guys on. Grannies, you know, yani shosho wa football, man. So you know what? We'll take a short commercial break. We have finished the first part of the show. But of course, we have that very interesting discussion with Pastor Sue. And you know what? It's going to be very interesting. Ofweneke is also going to be joining us tonight. We're asking, is my man's money my money or is it our money? So we're going to be talking about that shortly. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Our world is changing every day, and so should we, for the better. Each week, we tackle the big why, the question that should be on everyone's mind. Why isn't this fixed yet? Deforestation, global warming, and the adverse effects of climate change. The future isn't just something that we inherit, it's something that we create. Join us on The Green Fix as we tell the stories of those who refuse to give up. When it comes to fixing the planet, there is no time to waste. Join me, Shiksha Arora, on Thursdays at 9 p.m. on The Green Fix as we look into the big why, you and I.
For comprehensive information and education on your health, Body Garage is here.
Don't allow anyone to pluck out your good tooth as long as it is strong and stable.
Cancer doesn't start today and you get the symptoms tomorrow. By the time you pick it or the time it is manifesting in you, probably will be there about 5 to 10 years.
The eye is the window to the rest of the body.
Don't forget to stay hydrated.
And of course, you at home do take your water.
So the ultimate test is actually you check your urine. Your urine should be clear.
Clear like the water?
Yes. Should be able to see the other side of the urine. If your urine is colored or has changed color, you cannot see the other side, then you have not taken enough water.
Don't forget regular health checkups. Early detection saves lives.
I want the message be, we can prevent cervical cancer. We prevent cervical cancer in several ways. You have young girls and even somebody who's above that age, you can pay at least every 3 years. Somebody should have a pap smear done.
If you are 40, 45, 50 going upwards, once a year, please go see a doctor. Yeah, it's just for normal routine maintenance.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Jiunge nasi tunapoangazia safari za viongozi bora. Kutoka kwa ushindi mkubwa hadi masomo magumu.
Wakati wetu kwamba wasichana si wa kusoma, ni wa kuolewa, ng'ombe ipatikane, wazazi wakuwa watajiri.
Tunashughulikia yote.
I wish I were a better investor.
My parents taught me how to look for things for myself.
Tazama Mfahamu Kiongozi, ambapo kila
Oh my gosh, I'm here with Pastor Sue. She's already jamming to, say what? Say what? Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Last week, Choma.
Yes.
We went on food. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It was one of a kind. I'm
Wonderful.
so happy that you're here also tonight.
Thank you so much.
So guys, tonight we're asking,
yes,
pesa yake ni yangu na pesa yangu ni yangu ama ni yetu? First of all, you look really nice.
Thank you so much.
Ofweneke is going to be joining us shortly. How was your day today?
My day was awesome. I've actually been in the hospital throughout since morning until this evening, taking care of the patients at Kasarani.
It's funny,
Yes.
I can't imagine, like, for really anywhere when you
Yes, I do. I treat the patients from actually Monday to Saturday, then on Sunday I go to church. And if there are evening meetings, then I go. And I've had a very good day treating patients at Clay City Medical Center. That has been there for the last 25 years.
Absolutely amazing. And Pastor Munene ako wapi?
Ako kwa show, ako hapa tu.
Ako tu mahali. And Aki Pastor, so there's a video I saw of yours trending the other day. Hey, I'm just like, nimeinua mkono. I can't, it's because I just cannot say what it was about.
Yes.
But I'm happy to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
So as we wait for Foneke to come and join us, Let's talk about this issue to do with finances.
Yes.
How do you guys handle it with Pastor Munene?
I think for us, because of the premarital counseling that we got prior before we got married, we've not had any challenges with the finances. In the sense that when we got married, initial day, it seemed like I'm the one who had some little money more than the man of God.
Why was that?
I think because of my background, where I come from.
Yes.
Yeah, and also I was working by then because I was still treating the patients, and so he found me settled financially, completely settled. But for him, he was still in the ministry and being an assistant pastor for that matter. And so for us, we were told how to handle finances right from the beginning. And so one of the things that the man of God, whoever was counseling us, told us is that for us to make progress in our marriage and have something that we can also enjoy, in other words, acquire property, you know, be able to be able to bring up the children in the right way, we have to be very transparent about money. And so Pastor Munene was very sincere about the money that he earns and as well as I.
What did you think about?
Kidogo sana. I think I.
Were you worried like?
No. I knew the guy. I knew beyond any reasonable doubt that I'm getting married to one of the best men because I'd actually done my due diligence and I knew this guy is a family man. And so I knew
that mattered.
Nimeangukia lakini Munene hakuwa anajua mimi ni nani. But me, I knew the kind of a man that I was. And because from the beginning, Munene has been a very sincere guy. And so that gave me the confidence to also open up everything that I had acquired before, anything that I had.
You didn't feel like kidogo too?
I could tell he's sincere and he didn't love me because of what I had or what I was. Actually, Pastor Munene just loved me. Just loved me. I don't know for what, but he says, I don't know.
Well,
he tells me.
But you're pretty. You're pretty.
But I wasn't this.
You weren't like this?
No. I was a very shy girl. But for us now, the finances were just very open. And so we discussed openly about finances. Every money that we would get, we would put it on the table. And because he's a very good manager when it comes to finances, that's the greatest strength that I have. Me, I'm a spender.
I know.
Me, I'm a spender. I'll buy things, I'll buy bring, I'll buy earrings, I'll buy shoes. So I realized.
You'll buy bling.
Yeah, bring. What's a brings? There are so many in my. I don't think there is any color that I don't have.
I can see one on top of your head.
And all that.
Yeah,
when I see something good, I want to go for it. But for him, he's so disciplined when it came to finances. And so I thought, why don't I give him that docket to manage the family finances? And so far, so good. But I think the reason why most of the women feel that his money is our money and my money is my money is because of that woman probably who was not financially stable when they got married.
Yake ni tamu.
Yeah.
Pesa ya mwanamke ni tamu sana.
In fact, let me tell you this. When Pastor Munene gives me some money, like let's say 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, I don't spend it.
Ni tamu.
I just want to keep on looking at it and I'm like, my goodness, this for my birthday. This for my anniversary. You know, I just feel so good when he gives me cash, not M-Pesa.
Cash.
Actually, cash.
Cash money.
I don't know. I just feel there's a place he touches.
And
that nothing can touch. That's very true. I could even be having 10,000. But when he gives me 5,000, I just feel like
hii ni
poa. Ni kama iko na touch ingine.
Tell me about it.
Yes, so that's very true. Even today, actually one of my greatest what we call incentive is actually money. Especially from my husband. From my husband, it means 1,000 words.
And you see, that's why maybe his money is our money.
Thank you.
Pesa yangu si tamu.
Si tamu.
Hata siipendi, lakini yake.
Yes, but yake, I don't know. And every man needs to know this, that we really love you guys when you give us money. Even if we are financially stable, please make sure that you're giving us something that belongs to you and not M-Pesa.
Not M-Pesa.
I'm talking of cash money, 1, 2, like this. You count them and you bring them and you say, darling, I just wanted to appreciate you. Go and buy whatever you want. And I just want to see you glorious. I think that's a need for every woman. Just like we have a need for love, affection, affirmation, you know, attention. I think that's another need. Affirmation.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Oh my God. Wow. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're such a darling.
for mentioning.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
happy birthday.
Always disturbing the peace. Ofu, where did you come from? Wow.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
When's the last time you bought flowers?
1935. You know, this lady means so much to me.
Wonderful.
That unajua maua ziliisha wakati wa Valentine's.
Yes.
Kote kuna kasukuma wiki kumekatwa. So these ones are just from Germany right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imported.
Imported.
Yes.
Affirmation.
Not exported.
Not exported. Yes. So happy birthday, Mama.
Oh,
we love you.
We love you.
We celebrate you.
We celebrate you.
You continue being the queen of the squeeze.
Continue being the queen.
Oh my, okay. You guys.
There's never going to be any other Betty Kyallo.
No other Betty
It's going to be
Kyallo.
you for the rest of our
It's
lives.
going to be you. No one else.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Amazing
Thank
words.
you
Naona
so
nimeanza
much.
kulala.
Oh my God.
Najua ni shamba ya wenyewe lakini nina riasi. Najua ni shamba ya wenyewe, but I'm trying.
You'll make me cry. Oh.
Are you feeling?
Wow. I'm feeling great. I mean,
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
From us.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, Ofu, I didn't know you're this sweet, though.
On a good day.
First of all, last week,
Wonderful.
Ulichoma show.
Wow.
You remember? Let's
Yes.
not So today I'm happy you've come.
Today I've behaved.
With flowers.
Today I agree
that's
with you.
wonderful.
As we handle the flowers.
Yes.
Mom, when I was coming in, there's something you were saying.
Yes.
And I agree.
Yes.
What is that?
No, I tell my fellow men.
Yes.
And the Gen Zs might never agree with me.
Yes.
But millennials agree with me.
Yes.
There's a system that was put right from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And it can either be the Quran or the Bible.
Yes.
But there's a system that was set from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
A woman was not meant to take care of herself.
Thank you.
A woman was born to take care of. You get?
I agree with you
You get?
100%.
That's why when women pay rent,
Yes.
when they pay school fees,
Yes.
when they buy a new car,
Yes.
when they take themselves out,
Yeah.
when they take themselves to the salon,
Yes.
they shout on social media,
Yes.
I have done this
I've
myself.
done this.
Because it is not in
the
our
nature
to do it.
Wonderful. I agree with you,
But
sir.
you'll never see a man.
Yes.
Manza.
Leo nimelipa rent.
Leo nimelipa school fees.
I never, because the system has been preset.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Right?
Yes.
And Mom, I don't know what you think about this.
I think so because from the beginning, you look at a woman, and I want to say this, that the day when Eve provided for Adam, sin and death entered in the Garden of Eden. The day Eve became the provider.
Come on.
Became the provider. Yes.
When?
The apple.
The apple.
The apple.
Provided instead of the other way around.
Okay.
And if you realize, yes. No, let me say this in a pneumacododenium.
Yes.
And if you realize this, every time a woman steps in, because women do not deal very well with no cover.
Yes.
So if a woman is not submitting to you in any kind of way, then there's somebody she's submitting, either a spiritual father, her biological father, or a mpango wa kando.
Yes.
Now, when a woman steps in to provide leadership, men got confused. That's why when Adam was asked by God, where are you? He didn't answer, I'm under a tree, under a cow, under a lion. What did he say? I am naked.
I'm naked.
Confusion. When a woman provides, men get confused.
It's very true. I agree with you because actually even the biological way, the way God has created a woman, everything about us is actually receiving.
While everything about us is about
giving. Thank you. So that's very true.
Oh my, is it 10 o'clock yet?
Yes. Yes.
Mom, I got you.
Yes.
Tell me more.
So when we talk about the man being the provider, it is important for us to know that a man must provide. For example, let's say your wife has more money than you, the man. What you're supposed to do, if the house rent is 15K, please as a man, give even if it's your 5K. Let mama give her 10,000. Meanwhile, I keep saying this, sir, and I want you to correct me, that if I'm doing financially well, I want to speak to the men who are there. If you have a very good relationship with your wife, you're supposed to use her money. Let me put it that way, directly. You're supposed to use her money in a very wise way to make sure that you do what you have always wished to do as a man.
Okay.
Just like if Fueneke was my husband, he would make sure that he stabilizes me financially. So equally, if you have a very good relationship as a husband and a wife, the one who is at the top should lift each other, because if you lift your man, you are there when you're down, he will come in for you.
But what about what Ofeneke is saying, that the man is the provider?
Yes.
So what happens in a situation whereby the household, the man earns less or doesn't even have a job, and the woman has everything? So how do you balance that out?
This is what I would say, and this is from a man's perspective. All right? the level of life, on the quality of life that the family should live is not, it should never be dependent on what the woman makes, but based on what the man makes. So even if Betty makes 500,000,
thank you,
and Ofoneke makes 200,000, yes, we are going to live based on the 200,000, not based on the 500,000.
Wait,
That's
no.
That's powerful.
There's no way.
Yes.
If I'm making 500,000,
thank you.
Why won't we live in Runda or whatever? Why don't we start maybe to at a certain place whereby I can actually have a better.
So why? Because a house in Kyallo 50,000 say nyumba.
But we can live better, we can eat better, we can go for the vacation.
So that one day you test me, because you are not very good with power. That's why women will tell you, get out of my house. All right? And as a man, you must always make sure at every point, you must make sure, because your currency is peace and your ego. All right? And I even tell women at times,
peace and your ego.
Yes. That's why I tell women at times, don't marry a man who is over humble. A man should not be humble.
Yes.
A man, your ego puts you in places. Because your ego ni kiburi. You knock down doors that you thought you could not, because your ego tells you, I'm supposed to knock this door. You get? So live according to what the man makes, not according to the woman makes.
I agree with you.
And number two, men, make sure you take care of the basic needs. We are not saying that he pays someone, but women, it's okay to spoil us. Who said that men don't want to be spoiled? Buy me a shoe, buy me a clothes, but it is not within you. If you want to do something in the house, it is fine. That's why I am totally against Mamsu. I am totally against the 50-50 rule. Because the 50-50 rule might look positive when it comes to handling the bills. But it is negative when it comes to conflicts.
Wow, conflict management.
Because if Betty is doing 50%, then that gives Betty 50% of the leadership in the house. That means it is a broad-based marriage.
Yes.
Broad-based.
Wow. So Betty will tell me, you cannot tell me not to enter the house at 12. I also do what?
I also work and bring something in this house. And I pay this rent.
So I also do so.
Wow.
Ukisikia rumors, not the actual action. Rumors that I'm cheating. You also go and cheat because you're saying anyway.
Yes.
We are equal partners.
Yes.
And one thing, Aki wanawake nitawambia, may God bless your hearts and they'll give you wisdom. We will never be equal.
It is true.
The system was preset. You can never change the system. You will die and leave the system the way it was. Tapo, mama.
Unajua funika unaongea mpaka veins zinatoka.
Nisiposema ndakuwa nimeband.
Ongea itoke.
Ni ukweli. Mama nangikosea pia unaniambia.
No, that's okay.
Actually, so before you even say something, I want actually to invite even our audience. If you're watching right now, you can call in, you can talk to us on WhatsApp. We want to hear also your voice here. Aya, Pastor Sue, what you think about
what he's saying is very true, because a man should be the provider. And it's important for us to know that when God was putting the man as the provider in the family, he wanted him to still maintain his position as the man.
Yes.
But the challenge now we have is that most of the men want to depend on the women. Everything. They don't want to work. They want to remain in the house. They are doing nothing.
Kwanza these days,
they want to get women who have money. And at the end of the day, you are actually giving out your power, your authority to a woman. Because a woman was not created to provide to the man. And if she does, she's going to get tired.
Yes.
That's not her responsibility.
At some point.
At a point. And she'll begin to start, the honor, the respect will begin to degrade. Why? Because she feels, if I'm the one who is doing everything, I'm the one who clothes myself, I take myself to the salon, I pay the school fees of the children, then where is your authority? So provision speaks much to a man, to a woman, about the authority of a man. And so every man must endeavor to make sure that you provide, especially to the children, the basic needs, as he's saying. The rent is paid, the school fee is paid, the woman is taken care of, and then other things the woman can take of the kitchen, can go and do other
house
things,
manager,
shopping, house manager, buy new TV, those things women can do. But the major basic things, I think a man should take responsibility. And I agree with you,
ma'am. Let me just tap you on that one.
Yes, my dear.
And it's just, and there are men who are arguing right now. And they're watching the same. No, but mine does it wholeheartedly. Ever since I lost my job 2 years ago, she's been doing. Now listen.
Yes.
If you want to know that your woman is genuinely out of the heart providing, ask yourself, if the children were not there, would she still be providing?
Wow, what a question.
Okay, I have a point.
That's mind-blowing.
Because if it was the two of you, no woman is going
to provide.
So don't think this woman is not providing for you. This woman is providing for the children.
For the children.
So you are enjoying the benefits. So actually your hierarchy moves.
Oh my goodness.
It moves from being a father to all the way chini ya watoto.
Oh wow.
Meaning now
sasa
unakuja chini ya watoto. So it's the woman who becomes the head, then the children become the prime minister cabinet.
Yes.
Then now as a man.
Yes.
Anytime from now goes in eko karatasi ya Malboro, anytime you can be done what?
You can be done.
So men begin to also know if the children are not there, then will the woman really continue providing as she continues standing in for you?
Okay, makes sense. How do you feel about those the secret bank accounts? Because you know we are told as women, you know what, eka yako kando mahali, ficha kitu yako peke yako, so that the man doesn't know. Don't show everything. Like you said that you and Pastor Munene, everything on the table.
Yeah, is on the table.
But what do you feel about, you know, me as a woman, maybe for future, you know, issues, you know, maybe okombele nitahitaji, you know, something.
Yes.
And njifichi yangu kidogo kando.
I think what I've seen in the mind of men, most of the men think about the future. A woman will think about short term. And that's why it's very important for a woman to save because of some few things that are needed.
So to feature.
It's very important for a woman to save. Yeah, no, to save.
Okay.
Yeah, to save the right motive. God looks at the motive.
Exactly.
And so this is what I would advise and suggest, that it is important for the man to have his own account, the wife to have her own account. If you have a business, have a business account, that both of you are signatories, then you can have a business account so that you can actually be accountable to each other. In this sense, Pastor Munene can now just go to a Harambe and give, let's say, half a million without consulting me. You're getting, and equally the same. But anything like 20,000, you know, anything below 50,000, that one, I'm allowed to do that. But anything that is going to mess the budget of the family, I think it is important for you to consult. And that's why that is what has made us to stay put up together and having no fear that this man might one day do this and that. So that accountability is very important. Remember, the Adamic nature is very selfish. It's me, myself, and I.
What does that? What is
the Adamic nature? You want everything for yourself. You get that, and we need to be aware about it, so that when that nature, you know, comes up, then you're gonna talk to it. No, I'm not single. I'm actually married, and I'm actually accountable to this man. Because a woman suffers from something we call independency. You get that? Eh? Most of the women feel they can move on with life without a man. They can take care of their children, especially when they are financially stable. There's a voice that speaks to us,
and it's a demonic.
And it's not from God.
It's a demonic.
It's not from God. It is from the Adamic nature.
It's
not from
demonic.
God. It is demonic because. Listen to this. This is powerful. This is powerful. Why is it so? Listen to this, my dear. The first spiritual voice that a woman heard was from the serpent. The first spiritual voice that a man heard and kept hearing was from God.
Wanawake tunaonewa.
No, sio kuonewa. We are actually laying the principles and the foundation.
Any voice that goes against the principles that were set from the beginning.
From the beginning.
It's not a voice of God.
It's not a voice of God. You're getting that.
So anything that tells you to go against the system.
Yes. And then the men also suffer from the spirit of irresponsibility. So women suffer from independency. Feeling like I can do without a man. A man suffers from irresponsibility. Why would Adam allow Eve to talk to a stranger and is not concerned? That is showing irresponsibility. What is irresponsibility? Inability to respond to a God-given ability.
Hi.
Okay, Foneke, please sit.
It's deep. It's gongaing. This thing is gongaing.
And every man must hear this. Because that is the Adamic weakness. The Adamic weakness of every man. And that's why I love the way he's coming out so strong, because he's against that irresponsibility. Because you would wonder, why is it that we have so many single mothers taking care of their own children and we don't have single fathers? Very few.
Very few.
Very few. Why? Because these men ran away from their responsibility. Yet it is a God-given ability in a man to take care of the woman and to take care of the children.
True.
And so the same dimension is what is reflected in the finances. And so this Adamic nature in a woman makes a woman, and every woman who is listening to me, listen to me very clearly. This is the greatest weakness of every woman born of a woman. That we have a spirit that disturbs us called the spirit of independency. And men have a spirit of irresponsibility. But now, when we have the knowledge of the word of God, when we have the knowledge of the truth and the principles that make marriage work, then the Adamic nature, when it comes to speak to you, you tell it, no. I'm actually accountable to my wife, and vice versa. I need to take care of my children. I need to pay the school fees, as he has said, pay the rent, make sure that my family is okay. So that's very important for a man to keep on, challenging himself on his responsibility and provision as he can at that particular season.
And maybe just to add,
yes, sir. Yes.
There are a lot of men who are going to be watching and they're going to be saying, I stopped doing this and this and this because my baby mama said this and this and this. Now, those are three different elements. The man, the woman, stroke baby mama, and the child are two separate elements.
Two separate identities.
And that's why I need to tell women something. This man didn't leave the children. This man left you.
Wow.
So stop telling your children that alituacha. No man leaves that man didn't leave the children.
I love
he left you.
I love that.
So if he had a choice and if the law accepted, he would have left with the children. So stop inciting the children that alituacha. Wewe ndio uliwachwa. So if the man had a choice, he would have walked away with his shminyis. That's how we call them in Kiluya.
Yes.
Right? So no man left his children. He left you. But now for the men, you must continue stepping in.
Thank you.
Because no man is a perfect father or a perfect son or a perfect husband. A man is the only most unfinished building.
Yes.
And it will never be finished until the day of his death. A man is an element in it's a construction in progress.
Wonderful.
Right?
Yes.
So a man must always be there. Jikazi. Let me see the features in public knowledge.
Yes.
I have 3 beautiful girls.
Yes.
And I've made sure. Kila siku najaribu ku video call. Nipige simu kishi, nipige simu ngine kitengela. Are you girls okay? Are you okay? I am not with their mothers.
Wow.
But hey, I have to make sure my heart is intertwined with the girls.
Wonderful.
Because I am the first boyfriend they will ever experience.
Thank you.
You get my point?
And another thing, girls who grew up having a very strong relationship with their dads, they are wonderful wives. Because when they marry, they want to give that love they were given by their father to their husband.
There was already a template.
They were full.
There was a template that was
they were overflowing.
Exactly.
You get that? And
now
it's very important.
Now,
so what happens to us, guys?
Prayers are important. Now,
Pastor Sue, so does it mean I was raised by a single mom, but I think I'm actually
not that.
But if you realize there was an uncle who was
somebody who came in.
There was an uncle here.
Aguka also. Aguka.
No uncle do that.
There was an uncle.
Okay, yeah. Actually thought there was.
Amefanya hivi. Ameanza kuandika barua. Ayafanya hivi. Trust me.
There was.
There was an uncle hiding.
Thank you. I'm also from a
not behind
parent.
me like that is creepy.
I'm saying mom. Yes. He was behind mom.
Yes.
Giving instructions.
Thank you. That's what happens.
Yeah.
I'm also from a single parent.
Okay.
But look at what I've become.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because men, I'm actually a total sum of so many men who have come into my life as mentors, as fathers.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessary that you must have a biological father.
Yes.
But you can make sure that you bring people that can bring up this girl emotionally. Remember, when a girl is not emotionally full of the father's love or a man's love is an anko, guka, you find that girl will begin to look for love when she's very young because that emotional emptiness keeps looking for identity from a man. And I love what you're saying, that you want to fill that tank, the emotional tank of your daughters, full to capacity. You want to show them that you're there for them.
Exactly.
And not just physically, but even emotionally. That's very paramount.
It's because it's
very important.
We are having a lot of ladies who are walking around.
Yes.
I'm sure you know a lot of them.
I know a lot of them. Because I'm a man in the market. I'm a man in the market. So I must also
you've
check.
been single for a long time.
Betty.
You've been single for a while.
Jana karibu ungekuwa ni nini tulikuwa naambiwa jana karibu ungekuwa
But my
single.
man is swear.
I need to have he's now I'm putting him underneath.
Oh my goodness.
This is the thing.
Yes.
And you see, many men or many boys, let me say this, in this town are not in relationships.
Yes.
Some of many men are not boyfriends, they're not husbands.
Yes.
They are therapists without knowing.
Oh, they are therapists.
When I get
to the past.
Yes.
And
Because
hearts.
you cannot fix what you didn't break.
Relax.
Wow.
Wait.
Wow. I love that.
So you find a woman who is half-baked.
Yes.
She's carried all this battle.
Yes.
Oh, my dad. He was never there, my dad. Papa, I'm going missing pendy. You get those things. So what happens? So this boy, this Ofonike comes in, who is a fool, 100%.
Yes.
Anakuja anajaribu kusaidia. Mimi nafikiri kumbe napenda. Kumbe ni nini? Ni sakati. Ni mimi ni therapy. Because there was a man who's not there. That's what I tell women.
Goodness.
Can people learn to heal first?
Thank you.
Before
they get into a
this
relationship.
thing.
That's very true.
Identify your Mimi identify my traumas. That's why I'm single until now.
Yeah,
Because I realized my
yes,
traumas
long.
are two. One, my biological mom left me when I was 1 week.
All right.
Wow. So I realized all this time I keep on looking for my mom in every woman.
Well, then we are not there.
And you're not there. Not yet.
And we can't play the role of your mom.
Play the role of
Thank you.
All right. So, Ofu, let me just, I need to cut you short because we have a call online. Henry from Kisumu, how are you doing tonight? Henry, can you hear me? Okay, all right. So he hung up. Be patient, but tell me. But you know, it's funny that you're saying that half-baked women, but you also said that men are unfinished construction.
Exactly. Now, for men, a man must be very conscious and very present in his process of growth. All right? You cannot miss a class as a man.
Yes.
You cannot miss how to be a father. You cannot miss the class of how to be a husband. You cannot miss the class of how to just be a fully fledged man to fit into the society.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you don't fit into the system will vomit you out.
It is very true.
So a man must be very present.
Sounds rough.
Right? No, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
For men, nobody's coming to save you. It's very important for us to know that.
Yeah.
No one is coming to save us. So you have to make sure in your element, you're very present in your classes of life.
Wow.
Right? Because as I've said about half-baked women, they also have baked men.
Yes.
I was a half-baked man, I must say that.
Yes.
Until when I started to say what? No, right now I am a full man. Full of the Holy Spirit, full of love. I am hardworking. I'm not doing bad in life. I'm a present father. I've made sure that I'm so full. Right? Yes. That is a topic for another day. So my traumas at Betty was one. Mom was not there. So natafuta mother kwa kila dem. Unaget? Nataka nikika na dem nilele kwa mapaja, anifanye hivi. And I was like,
Ungetafuta tu mama.
No. Again, now for me, my ego cannot allow. Story for another day. I tried once for 1 month, it didn't succeed. I was too commanding. I was like, hey, you're older than me, but I am older than you, but you are too controlling. Number two issue was, is that because mom was never there. So I used to love my women like this.
What is that?
So I'm putting a shield. As much as I love, but I'll never let you 100% know. Because my mind is telling me, if Atieno left at 1 week after my birth, who is Betty, who is Sue not to leave?
She left.
So every time I'm like, just in case.
Just in case.
What are those shoes, first of all?
No, these shoes are 12,000. I bought them 12,000 Kenyan shillings. Two of them imported. Thank you so much. I'm doing well.
Yes.
So it's important that first of all, people must heal. Make sure that vacuum is done.
Very true.
Okay.
And even issues about finances.
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Yes, we have to go back to
I was getting back there.
My finances. Yeah.
If you realize you're shukuing your partner, it's because you didn't marry your best friend. You know why I admire your love, your marriage?
Yes.
You guys my best. Let me say.
They're like children.
You guys are
and then we grew up together.
Exactly.
We grew up together when we were little.
You guys have had that privilege.
Yes.
These gangsters that we are meeting.
What do you mean gangsters?
These gangsters.
Yes.
All right? And I'm like, And here, ma'am, for the first time, you and I will probably have to take a different route.
Yes,
I'm sorry. The ladies will hate me.
Yes.
And now I look like I have horns.
Yes.
But I will say this.
Yes, say it.
Study your woman well. If you don't think 100% you trust a woman, it is actually okay to have like a small bank account somewhere.
Oh, yeah?
If you don't trust, if you didn't marry your best friend.
As a man. You're saying as a man?
As a man. If you don't trust this lady of yours, it is actually okay because one day, God forbid. Vitu zigongane. You need a babysitter somewhere. Unahitaji pesa down payment deposit. You need money to sustain you. All right? So if you don't trust her enough. But then again, why would you get somebody
who
can't don't trust?
Pastor Stu, talk to me about what he's saying. What do you feel about that secrecy that he's trying to say?
That because that is exactly the reality.
That's the reality.
The reality.
Do you think
means
Pastor Munene has a secret bank account?
No, he doesn't. Even me, I do not have.
And you
I
guys are
actually
doing
tried.
well.
I would get advices from the women.
I
would get advices from the women. No, it's very important for you. But when I try that, it doesn't work for me. So I realized, no, this is
betrayal.
I would feel
it's betrayal.
It's so sincere about everything. Why do I have another thing? And suppose he discovers this. Now I'll have put also another element that is not in him. Because you also have to, as he has said, you have to understand your spouse. And because my husband is a very truthful man. And Munene, there is nothing.
By the way,
I think he was.
We are very few.
He was raised by a good woman.
He
was raised by a good mother. I give all the credit to the mother because there is a lot I see in the mother that is in him. You get that? Yeah. And so because of that, I would go for meetings and people would say, no, when you win in a chama, you know, it's good to hide. Then I'm like, I'm hiding. This man does not hide. But I agree with him because there are women who are also not very, you know, trustworthy.
Exactly.
And you're able to
on their way
tell
out.
red flags that this person, we don't have, especially if you stay with a woman who keeps on telling, and me one day, I'll go. You know, when you tell a man like that,
and the men,
why would you want to invest in somebody who is telling you, and vice versa?
You have been told one day I'll go.
Yes.
She has actually planned that she's going. Wacha niambie kitu moja. And hii mama, hii wacha niharibu. Wacha nichome kabisa. And mom, you know, I love you so much. And ado amuri matoro, yani, totobo ya, rekoro yapo. But I will tell you something. Kwa Waluya tunaambianga kitu moja. Tunaulizanga one thing. That's what tumeogopeshwa sana kuhusu wasichana wa mlima. Tunaulizanga, umeaiona kaburi ya mwanamke Mkikuyu kwa Waluya? Unakaa unajiambia maga itorogotire. Yeah,
what does that mean? Sorry.
No, what you've been told is, after we've gone through the cut, you're told, umeaiona kaburi ya mwanamke Mkikuyu kwa Waluya?
Kwa Waluya.
Unakaa unasema wa?
Hakuna.
Because we are told.
By the way.
Hakuna, huyu ni nusu ya Mluya anajua. Tunaambiwanga, we are told that a Kikuyu woman enters the marriage with an exit strategy.
We cannot do that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The notion.
That is the notion.
The notion, yes.
Which, I mean, the mother to my children is an amazing woman.
Yes.
Nika, and she's from Mlima. And
but she still left.
Mimi ndio nilitoka.
She still left, dude.
So this is the thing.
Yes.
But over and above, the woman today is a little bit very delicate and very unpredictable. Truth be told. It's not like you guys.
We married for love and respect.
Mimi sana angalia huyu ufunike leo kamkatu leo hayuko TV47 hayuko Radio 47 hayuko Lessons of 30. Mimi nibaki hapa. No.
You know why? Because of the entry door. The door that you get in marriage matters.
Come on.
One of the doors that most of the girls are getting into the relationship with, and this is wrong, is the money door. The minute you get through money door, it's only money that can sustain you in that marriage and relationship.
The foundation.
The foundation,
the
principles. Money is good.
It is.
But the best door is the love door and the respect door.
Exactly.
Because no matter what happens in this marriage,
the foundation.
The foundation, and when the foundation is strong, it doesn't matter the turbulence. You will still stand. But if you enter through the money door, you find that this marriage, this relationship can only be sustained by money. Though money is good, I also love money. But the money should not be the main thing. What is the vision of this man? Because you want to marry a man who has a vision.
I say
because
that.
a man without a vision, where is he?
Where are you going?
Because a woman, as I said, cannot follow a parked car. You need to tell me where you are taking me. The thing for me.
It's like I said in the beginning.
Yes, women, you can't follow a parked car.
No.
I want us to know our finances. What are we doing?
Exactly. Like, where are we going?
Yeah, where are we going? Like Pastor Monene would tell me, when I marry you, I see us having hospitals, having...
And it happened.
And it happened.
It happened.
In Nairobi.
Let me add something,
So I think
let me add something.
we're about to wind up.
Wacha niseme hii nitoke. Wacha niseme nitoke.
Yes.
I tell men.
Yes.
Which
and I respect to Mr. and Mrs. Sanda Oyolo.
Yes.
Those are my parents.
Wonderful.
They are doing almost 35 years very soon.
Yes.
The only reason why Stella has started with Jaculani. The only way Stella mekaa na David is because David sold hope.
Yes.
A man must be able to know how to package hope.
Thank you. Even in the midst of crisis.
Plant hope.
Plant hope to that woman.
I know we're living in Kibera.
Yes.
Mombe one day. One day.
Yes.
Mama yangu aliambiwa akiwa Lloyd Masika bookshop pale Langata.
Yes.
That was in 1990 something. One day I'll be to your house.
Yes.
Hiyo nyumba imekuja kujengwa juzi 15 years ago.
Thank you.
Almost 10.
Yes.
But is the house not there?
It's there.
Aliambiwa atanunuliwa gari. Sasa Sunday pale mama Sunday pale Makunga Bumias. She's now driving. Gari imekuja juzi.
Yes.
So a man in the midst of the storm, you must stand firm and learn to do package hope.
Package hope. Package vision.
Yes.
Yeah, keep saying it, keep painting it in the mind.
One day.
And that's one of the things that tells a woman that really this man, I can entrust my finances.
Yes.
Number 2 thing, a man, please make sure any investment you are doing, let your wife know.
Okay.
You may have written your daughter, your son, but let me know. Why? We are told there's a lot of property money that is in CBK, Safaricom, Sijui, wherever, that has no claim.
Unclaimed assets.
This money, that's not the money of women.
Yeah.
It must be, I'm sure 95% is actually men. So this man must also know to give some secrets to the children. If you feel you can't trust your wife, our children are now very mature. Our children are 7 years. They are very mature children. Tell them that we have this thing that we have. Take them, show them that shamba, show them that property. Let them have a clue that there is something that they know. The idea of also, acquiring and massing wealth and you're not speaking to your spouse, you can both die through a road accident. And the children are left, and God forbid, and children are left now struggling because of this issue that we are talking about, money. So I keep telling men, if you can't trust your wife, then put it in the names of your children. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's better safe there.
Time
Now, another thing I was saying is that
as we wind up,
money is good, but transparency comes when I see that you are honest with the little that you have.
Yeah.
If a woman is a being that if you show her that a real wife, let me say a real wife, when she sees the sincerity of the husband, we are not able to hide anything. But when a woman, begins to see that there are things that a man is doing with his family without involving me, there's a seed you are planting in me, and a woman is able to do it even 10 times better than you.
Come on.
So men must know that they are the trailblazers. If you want your woman to support you financially, just tell her that it was my wish that if I get married, I would want to build for my mother. And I know also your mother needs a house and your father. But I'm just suggesting, since we can't build the same homes, can we begin at our home? Then after we are done, we go to
your home.
Lay your vision, lay your ideas about finances. That helps you to move together, and you will not have challenges with your finances.
Beautiful.
So that's very important.
Thank you so much, Pastor. We always, run out of time, but that was really, really powerful, and I really appreciate that. As you wind up, unapatinanga hata pesa hata?
No, I give money.
To who?
If
you did, you'd not be single.
No, to my children, I do. To the lady, let me tell you, men have no problem giving money. We just hate it when you make it too obvious.
What does that mean?
It's a turn-off.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
When I demand.
When you make it too obvious,
like it's my right.
It's a turn-off. When you make it, it's a right. Number 2, no man is broke. You are just not worth spending on.
That's so bad. That is so bad. Okay.
No man is broke.
No man is. Let me acha nikwambie. Leo atisema ati maybe ni beti.
Yes.
Anataka kwenda sijua hapo hotel gani birthday. Afadhali nipigie Pastor Munene.
Wow.
Nipatie tu 50,000. Nitakurudishia. No man is broke. You are just not worth spending on.
Wacha tumalizie hapo.
Wow.
Wacha tumalizie hapo. Thank you so much,
No
guys.
woman is mean.
No woman is mean.
No woman is mean. If the man is transparent and honest about finances.
Amen. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. We've run out of time.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We love
I was told to read.
You're opening it up?
What did you say? Before
No, you just say, just fungua it.
Ulipaka mata.
We, lieka unga ya ngano. Lieka unga ya ngano.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Bessie. Much love from the Say What team.
We love it so much.
Thank you so much.
Keep on conquering, keep on conquering.
Amen.
Every single day you get on the screens, you keep on inspiring a young girl. And keep on doing
look. I've been asked to see. That is so sweet.
Yeah. Look
no way.
Oh, God.
That is so sweet. Thank you so much.
Wow.
That's actually so thoughtful. Thank you so much to my producers, Manu, my director, everybody, Eunice, Stanley. This is actually so wonderful. Oh, yeah, look at me. Yeah, that was me today. When I photo shoot, inile picha trend.
Inile uliva umbrella. Uliva mwavuli.
This is so sweet. Thank you so much.
And you just grow younger and younger.
Yeah, it's dating the right people. You should try it.
I'm dating a calendar. Leave me alone. I'm good on my own, spoiling myself.
Oh, that's actually like really sweet. Thank you so much to my team. Oh, imagine.
That's amazing.
Imagine ukipendwa hivyo tu mali unafanya kazi.
Wonderful.
Isn't it nice?
No, you're an amazing person.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That was so nice. Oh,
yes.
Okay, ndaanza kulia hapa hivi.
Usilie makeup. Wait. This is the Farm Foundation.
Twende basi tufanye hiyo kitu.
Lakini mimi nimechoka anyway.
Okay, guys.
Your energy to spiritual.
You know what, my director, thank you so much, man.
Wow, thank you so much.
Can we wind up the show together? Thank you so much.
Leo mnifukuzi?
Wewe kwanza hebu toka. Ishia tu. Actually, just leave. Thanks for your time and for the flowers, which I know you didn't buy, because you don't buy flowers. Because you don't buy. Ungeachwa na watu wote.
Wow, amazing.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You want to wrap up the show for us?
Wow, I want to say this. In marriage and in relationship, if you major on the heart, you will suffer. But if you major with the lesson, you will grow. God bless you.
Amen to that. Thank you so much. Say hi to Pastor Munene.
Yes.
Salimia, I know you're watching.
Yeah, he's watching.
Air Vibes is coming up. Karibu. Unajua shatter.
Wow, shatter. Shatter. Yeah, can I say hi?
Yes.
Shatter.
Usambiwa pasi.
Wow.
Sasa niulize sawa wa reggae sasa.
Yes.
Unajua shatter boy, yeah?
One.
Salimia pasi.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Hata nimewasikiliza sana. Lakini usifiche pesa because mimi sileti yangu.
Yes.
Unajua mimi napea watu wengine huko nje pia.
Yes.
Nani unapea?
Si watu wengine. Unajua mapenzi ni kama stima.
Yes.
Inahitaji backup ya generator.
Yes.
Sawa.
Oh my goodness. Excuse me, that's solar by the way.
Ndio. Amazing.
Thank you so much. So leo show ya ikoaje?
Leo iko poa sana. Tunapiga tribute ya Kokoti.
So fundishe at least at paseta even one line, yeah, you know.
Sema tu wagwan. Ukiingia church, ambia watu wagwan.
What does that mean?
How are you?
Wow, wagwan.
Yes, that's it.
Wagwan.
Wagwan people.
Wagwan people means what?
People is people.
People.
Yes.
Wagwan people.
No, say people. Don't say people. People.
People.
I'm a massive.
Massive.
And crew.
And crew.
Wagwan massive and crew.
Wagwan massive and crew.
Yeah, better.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Wacha tumwachie tu studio. Thank you guys for watching. Good night.
Bye.
Keep it locked, people. Higher Vibes coming your way in a little while. Move fire.